Petrie.
I'm who?
Third Doctor, John Petrie.
Why do I get to be third doctor? I want to be the fourth.
Well, you're the third mic, so clearly you're John Petrie.
I'll just switch over to the fourth one.
Okay, how's that?
Alright, so we're officially recording.
That's
All right.
awesome. Look where I put my mic.
I'm not going to look at where you put your Get your damn feet off my cord. What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
It's a good thing we're recording all this prime comedy dialogue.
You
Damn
missed it earlier with me and my tampon.
Yes. I asked him if he was PMSing because, he needed to change his tampon or something.
Does that framing look right? You seem a little too far over, Stonicus.
Hold on. In that case. God damn it. I don't have wheels.
There's no wheels on that, my friend.
Normally we have like a gag intro right before I do the credits, and this is gonna stick. So welcome to Neutral Gamers.
Hold on, I just want to do like a countdown so you know where to edit it.
Oh, sure.
5, 4,
13,
3,
22.
2, 1.
Welcome to Neutral Gamers. For this week, we're doing the first ever live video cast. Not live, really. More like a partially dead.
We're not live.
Yeah, I was about
know.
to say, if this is live, I can't be on TV.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
he's not allowed to be on live TV after his epic fail Grand Theft Auto 4 review.
That's a good moment of 2013, isn't it?
Yes. So with that, instead, we'll be featuring this on our Neutral Gamers section on the Fanboy TV, where it turns out my son is actually the murderer. And if you're
What?
a slasher fan, you know what this joke is for.
Spoilers. You should have said spoilers. You don't want people to know.
So now we're going to the year of gaming for Neutral Gaming 2013. And I have to ask both of you, what did this year mean to you guys? Gavin, you go
Both
first.
of you?
Both of you. You both. I'm not used to having more than one guest on. This is weird for me. I'm also not used to wearing pants during this show.
You're not used to wearing pants.
Good to know you're not doing a video podcast for Neutral Gamers, right? Who
Yay.
knows what you'd be seeing?
But, so what did this year mean to you, Gavin?
Sorrow and pain. Do you want to be more specific as what the year meant to
For
be?
the gaming, since we're a gaming.
I can't read your handwriting. You got to be specific.
Look, read over here.
He's like, what does this year mean to you?
In
Horrible
gaming.
things.
Well, yes.
You
It
didn't
meant
say
dead
gaming.
babies.
Well, we are a gaming podcast, video cast right now, so I would assume gaming.
Okay, so what this year meant for gaming and me is excitement. Because we got new systems that really, they're similar but vastly different. And I think it's ready to go into the next generation of gaming for real now. And I got excited about video games again. Like Pyro can tell you, I really didn't care most of the year. I'd get some random game through Netflix, GameFly, play half of it and return it. I mean, I really didn't care. And now I'm like super excited about video gaming again because I got bored. And now it's not boring me anymore.
I have a question for you. Were you excited at the beginning of the last generation? Because last generation was about 10 years ago, and then because it took so long for them to get this generation to get going, was it that because it took so long to get going?
No, see, I was a big gamer when the last generation started.
Okay.
And, family and time and things and games just started being the same, and I just really stopped. I mean, there wasn't any point to it, and I stopped being a gamer, and then I got excited again when I saw what these systems were going to be doing, and I wasn't excited at Microsoft for flubbing it at first. Like, I ranted and railed, but, it made me excited to be a gamer again because it was something fresh and new, and I like the potential of where it's going to go. Okay. I was full-on gamer last time when I got my 360.
And I like what you've said. And, Josh?
I'm going to go with partly excitement, but then
Unicorns.
Unicorns, yes. Unicorns! But
We're not
I'm also
having
going to
a
say
unicorn today.
I'm also going to say that this is also the year of some really good story-driven games.
It is. This is the year of... last
we
year
got
had some good ones, but this year was particularly awesome.
I know one of the best ones we got was Last of Us.
Yes.
Trying to think of some other ones that are...
Last of Us...
Which they should have just called Mario Resident Evil.
No.
A lot of
No.
people made that joke where Mario jumps on the heads of the scatters and stuff.
But then when you play the game, it's just no.
Batman Origins had an awesome story to it. We had a lot of really good games based off stories. Even Amnesia, Pig of the Machines, which is a very good game. That was really story heavy. Yeah, this was the year of a lot of stories, even in an industry that likes its mass media.
Military wanking.
Yes, we won't call it what one of
Military wanking.
That's what it is. It's all like, hey, be a white guy defeating people who had
You're a white guy defeating Russians, Arabians,
or anyone
Middle
not
Easterns,
white.
Chinese, Japanese, Africans, just even Europeans. Just
Yeah, you basically it's military wing.
You're either using a U.S. soldier or a British soldier, and that's about it.
Most time, and the British soldiers are all jerks. So.
And y'all wondered why I got away from gaming.
Well, this is, but that's what we're saying. It got better. They started getting away from that whole. We have to have military games. I mean, BioShock Infinite, another game that had all the thing. Yeah,
That
the
had a
white.
messed up ending.
That was
We are not going to talk about the ending because I don't want any of our viewers who.
We're not going to talk about
The game's been
ending.
out for a while. If you
It
haven't
only
played
came out
it, there's
this
something
year,
seriously
so-
wrong with you.
Yes, you should play it.
Just know that it will make you think,
It makes
and
the
you'll be
ending
like,
just-
"Oh shit, that just happened."
Indeed. For me, with this game, this year meant for me is the bringing back of the golden age of gaming. The whole everyone's again, as Gavin said, he's excited. It's the return of story. The indie development crew is now people in the indie development teams are starting to get as much recognition as.
Oh god,
Those-
the indie games alone are
Yeah,
looking amazing.
the fact
Like,
that the VGX had an indie development team, guys. There's only 4 guys on this crew.
We're not talking about the VGX because they sucked.
It did, but I was talking about the only good thing that came out of one of the only good things.
No
that came out
Man's
of it.
Sky, or
No Man's Sky is developed by 4 people. This is one of the years. This is also, the indie development teams are starting to get that nice big boost.
dude, just I keep going on Steam and I'm seeing the indie games I want to play. Like there's Space Engineers, there's
Faster than light. I mean, there's
there's FTL, there's Prison Architect,
yes,
which is a really fun game.
You play Prison Architect all the time, and I get stuck in FTL all the time.
Yeah,
I get mad.
and then
I get
the-
so
the-
far, and then
the-
boom, I explode.
the newest one I've seen on Steam is Planetary Annihilation. You can slam asteroids into planets like Command and Conquer on a galactic scale.
But that's So I mean, and that's what I'm saying. To me, this year represented the whole look. We're going to get back. We're going to try to get out of the ruts and these horrible marketing decisions that we've made, and now we're getting back into the era of making games again for people who enjoy playing this media that we all enjoy.
And not just Call of Duty 552.
Yes, and not having Space Marine 9700 be in your game.
Unless it's Doom. If it's Doom, then I can go with Space
Now,
Marine.
to me, this also represents the year of the hardware. We have, as you said, we have the Xbox and we have the PS4. We also had the 2DS, which is a huge failure.
A complete waste of time. It's
It
a
is.
coaster.
It is. It is.
It's
They,
Put your
doorstop.
drinks on it.
they
also
also
doorstop.
released a new 3DS, an improved version. We had the Steam Box announcement, which is going to have a big press conference reveal at CES.
It's completely pointless.
It's not completely pointless.
You're buying another gaming PC. That's all it is.
You bought a machine that was first hyped as the thing you're going to replace everything on your television.
And then it didn't.
But what I'm saying is,
Actually, it does. I just don't have that feature set up because I want a
Because
million
these
people
features don't
touching
work
it.
right yet.
Yeah, actually, they do.
We're getting into that later. Before you two go at it, we're getting at that later. But what I'm saying is, PC now is going into the television. It's going into the living room. This is the year of the hardware. This is the year that a lot of companies are starting to talk about or released, in 3 of their cases, major pieces of hardware. And we even have not even just physical whole systems, but the Oculus Rift came out this year for its backers and started coming out. We started
Yeah, it was
seeing
the
a lot of,
Oculus Rift and that treadmill that can go with it.
yes, but this is the year that we start seeing a lot of hardware make as much news as the hard
Did
systems.
they really make a treadmill to go with it?
It's okay. So in the Oculus Rift by itself, you got to use a control. I guess you got to use a controller to move around or a mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
But if you get it's developed by somebody else, but it works with it. It's a multi-directional treadmill, so you can walk around on a treadmill and you walk around in the game. You run on a treadmill, you run in the game.
And people complained about move controls and are like, hey, we're going to make a treadmill for the Oculus.
Yeah, but if you're going up a hill, the treadmill could put a little traction in it.
What gamers do you know that's going to want to have to do that?
Anybody who really, really wants to get into Minecraft.
Anyone who also wants to lose weight. Remember,
Why would I not have thought about Minecraft with that?
That was one of the first things they showed off on it.
Yeah.
What happens if you jump? Does it register if you jump?
Yeah, if the weight goes off there's a pad. If you jump, basically.
So is it a treadmill or is it like a DDR pad?
No, it's a treadmill.
It's a treadmill.
It's a treadmill with some sensors attached to it. This guy thought of everything. You should see the video for it.
Yeah, it's really cool. I don't think I'd ever buy one just because it's kind of huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where to
But
put
also
it.
at the same time, you said who would buy this? There are people who want to lose weight, but at the same time, they want to.
If they want to lose weight, they'll join a gym. They'll watch what they eat. They're not going to
Oh
play
yeah,
video
like
games.
I'm the sort
Sorry.
of guy who wants to go to a gym and hear guys grunt and groan.
You are the type of guy. What are you talking about?
Okay, I was going to say, wait, yes, I am. But I'm not the sort of guy who want to go to a gym. If I could have a thing where I could play a video game and lose weight, I would do that. That's why DDR was so
Kinect
freaking
Sports
popular.
Fitness.
Or just put an exercise bike in your living room.
Or an
sit on that and
exercise
play
bike,
it.
or
Actually, someone did that too. They have an exercise bike hooked up to a game controller thing. They were playing a version of Paperboy.
Now you have to understand, okay, the sheer amount of imagination that's going into weight loss mechanics for gamers by gamers. I mean, we're just geniuses. Let's face facts here, okay?
Well, we want to combine something we love to do with something that we don't really want to do, but we need to do.
You know what the worst part of the gym is? That funky feet smell.
Yes.
What do you expect?
The gaming development, we can talk about this later, but to me, the game...
You want to talk about going to the gym later? We're going to do a
No,
whole
I'm
neutral
talking
gamers
about
about, hey, let's go to the gym.
No, I was talking about like people who take games and go different direction with them. As an example, we talked about previously on Neutral Gamers was Just Cause 2 has now a up to 16-player multiplayer attachment to the game that was invented by its fans. It's not actually made by the studio.
I just want to play that game somewhere now.
Yes.
That game had the greatest last mission ever. You're
Yes.
fighting the president of a country on top of flying nuclear missiles.
No, I think the greatest last mission ever has to go to Dead Space 3, where you fought the moon. There's
That's up
no
there.
way you're going to top
You're
that.
riding nuclear missiles, fighting the president of an Asian
It's
country.
the moon. I didn't
Saint-
finish Saints Row 4.
Saints Row 4 puts that all to shame. You fight the leader of an entire, basically of the most powerful galactic nations ever.
It's
At
the
once.
moon, people. It is the moon.
That's
you
the
are
moon.
fighting the
Microtransaction
moon.
it to death.
They microtransaction Dead Space to death?
No, they didn't.
Dead Space 3.
Yeah.
You could buy stuff basically practically by the end of that game. Game of the year for you, Gavin. Actually, hold on. One to you first. Josh, what's your game of the year?
Wait. You can't come to me again? Were you trying to be fair here?
Yes.
What kind of show is this? I need to go back to my own damn show.
I've been thinking long and hard about this one. It's either going to be Last of Us or Grand Theft Auto 5, but I think I'm just going to have to give it to Last of Us, just because that was a gorgeous looking game.
It was also the game that had the least amount of broken issues. I would give it that. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and it hits you in the feels like kind of
Yeah.
like Spec Ops: The Line did.
Yes. It also, they're doing DLC for it, and at least they're doing it in a timely manner. But yeah, game of the year, that is definitely
Last of Us.
Last of Us.
You go second.
Me go second. My game of the year is BioShock Infinite. Love it or hate it. It was a game that everyone talked about, and I know people who did like the game, but they will still give it props on at least doing something awesome.
All I
So
remember is that shotgun was like the greatest shotgun I've ever had in a video game.
yes, my only complaint about the game, one of my big complaints about the game was that it limited you to 2 weapons. If it would have been like the old one where you had like all the weapons,
Well, I think Burial at Sea does that. It gives you the weapon wheel back.
good. I want that weapon reel back.
Yeah, but you're not going around. You're not going around Columbia. You're going around Rapture, which is okay. It's pre BioShock 1 Rapture.
Yes, it's supposed to explain
fun to
BioShock
explain.
1 Rapture. So what's yours?
Pong, the return of Pong Harder, where Pong goes out on a killing mission to hit tennis stars.
I'd actually play that.
Yeah, it's bloody. No, seriously though, I'm gonna have to probably say because I just play games off and on. I really like Saints Row the 4th because it was everything I wanted in a game. But I'd really have to right now, hands down, give it to Dead Rising 3, simply because that's the way I think a zombie game should be. I hated the first 2, but he's watched. You will see zombies as far as you can possibly see, and you're running them over, and you're making these crazy weapons. I've got a lightsaber now. We had a dildo fight in a Pornhub. Literally, it's everything I want in a zombie game. And there's massive amounts of zombies. And, really going with the next-gen hardware was a great idea for it.
Yeah, it does do a really good job of showing off what the 3.
I mean, it's like literally massive amounts with no lag, no downtime, just millions of zombies as far as you can see. And it's a lot of fun. And it's just blown me away.
So my question is, now one of my things I did not like about the Dead Rising series is to get the different endings, you have to save really dumb human beings, like people who by natural selection should die.
I'm not sure if this one works that way because we haven't finished it yet, but we have come across
I don't
people.
think they're going to be able to finish it.
And yeah, because we spent so much time on day 1 that we lost chapter 1 we lost 3 days because we were totally marveled.
They can probably do it. They kind of focus and do their main.
Yeah, we're
story
gonna have to
missions,
focus
but
on just the story missions finished because we got 2.5 days left, and we still have 3 chapters to get through.
So what's the explanation of the delay now of the timer? Because the first one
the
explained
timer here is because it's gotten so bad they're going to nuke the city. So you got to get out. Your point is to get the people, get the stuff for the airplane, get on the airplane to get out. But, you know, when we started, we were just so marveled that literally we spent...
Yeah, they spent a lot of time, and they tried saving people. They
Yeah,
don't
we
do a
tried
really good
saving
job at
people,
saving
like-
people.
We were just too busy driving over zombies and killing that we wouldn't see little save people icons, and then when we save them,
They
they'd
die.
follow us, and we had to figure out how to make them eat food, and it was a learning experience,
died.
but we had a lot of fun.
They died.
So they died a lot, apparently.
No, the survivors died a lot.
Yeah, the survivors died a lot.
I saved like 5 on my
If
survivor
he comes up
board.
to me in a zombie apocalypse, I'm going to run the other way.
So
I don't
so
wanna
so
die.
they're stupid enough not to eat.
Well,
Yes.
no, because
Again, what is
you
keeping
can
you from just helping nature
you can
along?
give them weapons, but they're just fighting companions. That's all they're designed to do. You have to look at something and tell them, go pick that up or go scavenge, and they'll go get it because the point is you just got to get them back to the survivor board and put them on there, and then you can call them later on if you want to. I play co-op, so Dean and I are just basically running around doing the stupidest. Like, we've blown up cars. We drove through a fireworks factory and set the entire thing off. It's exactly what I wanted gaming to be. So that's got to be my hand step. But that's why, because they're going to bomb the city. And we're almost out of time.
But I'm wondering why it's taking 6 days to launch a nuke.
Because we've actually paid attention to the story. There's other things going on.
Okay.
And that's what the
I
DLC
mean, the
is
first
going
one
to
it
explain.
explained why you had 3 days because that's when the copter was supposed to pick you back up. You had
Yeah.
3 days. The other one was it's going to take 3 days for the National Guard to form enough force to get into the middle of not Las Vegas, basically, to get everyone. And if you did get whatever it was you needed beforehand, which is the evidence to prove that you didn't basically start all this, you were going to be dead.
Yeah, this
So-
one is they're
Yeah.
coming in to destroy everything.
Yeah, and if you don't make it out in time, they nuke the city, you die.
Oh, so they pull a Raccoon City.
Yeah, basically.
So what was your worst game of the year? What was the game you're like, if I play this, I'm going to flip a table?
What the hell was that game? Oh, Metal Gear Uprising. That one with Raiden, remember?
Oh, yeah,
I
Metal
played
Gear
like 2
Vengeance.
minutes. Vengeance, I was like, done. I am
Vengeance.
done. This is a crappy game. This
Metal
is
Gear-
why I like GameFly. I can waste my time and not money on things like that and be like, you know what? Send it back. I'm done. That was a horrible, horrible game.
I don't think I have one.
You don't have what? There
Well-
wasn't a game that you started playing. You go, oh my god! If I play one more level of this, I'm going to bust a vein.
That was going to be Deus Ex.
The first one?
No, the newest one. I got it free on PlayStation Plus one month, and I
Yeah,
tried.
Yeah,
but
you
like
know
2
why?
years
It was
ago.
free.
Yeah, that came out 2 years ago.
Yeah, so
It
that
was free for a couple months
I
ago.
guess that would be your bad worst game of the year because just you ended up.
Yeah, but because I don't have GameFly or anything, so I kind of got to pay attention to what I'm buying.
Yeah, understandable.
That's what GameFly is for.
Yeah, but
I can't
don't
fathom
have-
paying $60 for a game that's not going to have replay value or I have any fun with it. So I'm glad you get to try those things, but just get GameFly, dude, and just don't waste your time on stupid games.
I don't waste my time on stupid games. That's the thing.
Well, no, because you'll buy a game and then go sell it for 3 cents at GameStop.
Actually, no. I
You told me that you took 3 games in there and got like 60
Yeah, but
cents
there
for
was-
all 3.
there are some old games though. But the strangest thing I'd ever gone to GameStop and done was I traded in Battle Station Pacific, and that got me almost $20.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
That was weird. It's like, okay, why is this giving me $20 while Call of Duty Modern Warfare is giving me like
Because
30
everybody
cents?
has that game.
If they have 9, and they probably have everyone. That game sold 1 million copies, and almost like 500,000 came back 48 hours later because everyone already beat it. Where
Nope.
that game you
They didn't.
had, they sold a fair amount.
Which I kind of actually regret selling it because I really did enjoy that game.
You're a moron.
I think one of the worst games I had the misfortune of playing was an indie title that was a first-person shooter golf game.
Was it Golf Rage? I could totally see that.
We can't talk about this game yet.
I'm going to talk about it anyway because it is so bad I don't care.
Why? Wait, why can't we talk about it yet?
Because it's the game we got for free from that one company.
Oh, from
The
Wizard
game I can't
World.
I can't get any of you to take off my hands.
I remember what he's talking about now.
So those who don't know, we got this game called The Curse of something Cove, like Nordic Code or something like that. And I'm not kidding. It is a first-person shooter golfing game where you use a gun that shoots golf balls to kill ghosts. Then you have to hit ghosts with your golf clubs, except they break. But you need the golf clubs to play golf so you can progress through the level, and you need to actually get into par or bogey or whatever.
That's how. Yeah, I'm
And
glad.
the
I'm
characters
glad you got that
misogynists,
one.
Yeah, I got it for free.
All
I still
right.
spent too much.
Let's move on. What else do we have?
Worst game of the year. Oh, so since this year was the year of, is in my opinion the year of hardware, and both of you own one of the other systems.
It's both, not both.
Both, whatever.
Everybody pronounces things differently. Tomato, tomato.
It's just
Country
tomato.
man.
There's no such word as tomato.
Yes, there
Some
is.
people say tomato, damn
They're
it.
stupid, and they need to be drug out in the street and shot for being ignorant and dumb.
So
Means you.
violence upon our listeners. Apparently, we have had discussions about violence to our listeners. So make a case for why, not so much better, but why you think people should get your system over the other, and what are their strong points? What is the strong point of the Xbox? What is the strong point of the PS4? And so
Begin.
begin.
I'm going to let
Kevin.
you start.
I was going to let you start.
No, I'm going to let you start this one because they really
Okay,
are very
so-
similar and they really have their good merits. But I really do think one's going to win out in the end over the other one.
No, I think they're both pretty much going to be even till the end.
No, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the
So-
same way
so-
it is right now.
Before we
No.
come to our final conclusion, PS4 retails for.
Everybody already knows that. We don't need to waste
$3.99,
valuable
Xbox
time
One
with that.
retails at
So-
$4.99.
But what I'm saying is $399. So is it worth the $399? And what does it come with it when you bought it?
I think I believe it does come. It is worth it. It is a new system. Eventually, it's going to go down in price, like everything else always does.
They always do this special edition where you're like, I was here when you bought it at launch. What are you giving me? Nothing.
Yeah, it is nothing really much. But it comes with the controller, and it comes with an HDMI cord, and it comes with
Right, and
system
hopefully your
itself.
HDMI cord works.
yeah, it does work.
Yes. Well, there was issues about a lot of.
Yeah,
the
I've
HDMI
heard the issues. There's like the cord issue, which I haven't heard much on, but the one I heard more out was the blue light of death,
Yes.
and I loved Sony's response to that and how to fix it, and it pretty much works, and that's why the blue light of death kind of went away.
Yeah.
Was just make sure your hard drive's plugged in, and
Because they were having issues of people not.
so
plugging
it
the hard
wasn't
drives.
as devastating as the red ring of death, but
So right now, the exclusives for it were Killzone, Knack, which is more of a kids game, and what was the third? There was like one or two more, but the big things was they had a lot of titles that were just on the PlayStation Network.
they have Warframe
Warframe was really cool.
and Resogun. Those are the two that I have that were on the PlayStation Network right now.
Yeah.
And the one exclusive I have right now is Killzone Shadowfall, which I'm enjoying mainly because I just did really enjoy the Killzone series. I mean, it's not the greatest. It's not as good as 3. 3 was amazing. You kind of
Yes.
win the war by genocide.
Yes. You might want to come a little closer. You keep scooting away. There you go.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Because you have fleas.
No, I bathed. I used flea medicine before I got here.
Flea medicine, huh?
Yes. We had a great conversation during one of our podcasts where at one point someone started talking to you. Except I was like, "Who's in the room with you?" And you're like, "No, it's my controller. It's got this."
Oh yeah, the controller. I brought it in the car, but I guess I don't feel like getting out. But the controller is really cool. I really enjoy the controller.
Mm-hmm.
It is an improvement over the last one. It does have kind of a little speaker in the thing. I wasn't really expecting the. I was kind of expecting to use it for like a headset or something, but no. I was playing Shadowfall and I picked up I picked up a collectible audio log, and I was expecting it to come out of the TV, but no, it just started blasting out of the speaker. And I'm like, oh well, that's actually really cool. And
Yeah.
probably the big feature of the controller itself is that touchscreen,
Yeah.
which for Killzone Shadowfall,
Controls the owl.
it controls the L. Like for up, it's attack. For down, it's like a zip line. Right, it's a shield that drops down in front of you. And left, it's a stun shot, which I never use a stun shot. I usually just use it to attack and a zip line. The zip line feature is really
your
cool.
mic instead of holding it down at your crotch.
Well,
But
which is fine because that's where the voices were coming from when we were talking. It was from his crotch. They had remember the audio log for your crotch. So, do you think at this early point is it worth getting, or as I tell people, they should wait for March? 'Cause for
I would
most
say
systems, there's a lot of games coming out in March. In
I
April.
would wait for March because that's around the time that Second Son's going to come out. I'm really excited for Second Son.
Yes.
And I think it's also going to be close to the time that a couple of the other games will release that I really want to get.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted it for as a launch system because I never had a launch system before.
Other than Second Son, what's the future game you're looking forward to? On
The
it?
Order 1886. I'm looking kind of forward to Drive Club. See how that
I'm
is.
looking forward to that too because that's just the full fact that it's multiplayer is hilarious.
Yeah. And-
multiplayer on it. It looks awesome.
And I'm looking forward to having Dust 514 back on here.
Mhm.
And they're going to put War Thunder on here. The DC Universe Online.
Yes.
I think one of the standout features of PS4 itself is the fact that you can play these MMOs. You can
Yes.
play War Thunder.
Yes.
And one of the things about it is you can play against the people that are on PC.
Yes, and just like in DCU,
Yeah, like for the DC Universe Online, you can play against people on PC. War Thunder, you can play against people on PC. EVE Online, the
Yes.
Dust game, you can play people on PC. You can't actually play against their ships because they're all the way in space, but you can actually have them called, if you know people in the EVE game, you can have them do orbital strikes and drop stuff for you.
so out of this early stage with its lineup and some of its technical issues, 1 out of 10, what would you give the system? Particularly after owning a PS3 and owning a PS2.
And a
PS2
PS1.
being their best system.
The PS2 is by far their best system.
Yes.
The PS3 is getting like an 8 or 9.
PS2 was good.
PS2 was like
It was
amazing.
damn good.
I still have mine. I still have a lot of
Everyone
games
still
for
has
it.
theirs.
I still have the PS1. So
Yes.
I would give it probably a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
Maybe an 8.5 at the lowest.
Okay, so we'll go with an 8.5.
But it's still early.
it's still, yeah. So, Xbox's turn.
I do love what they did with the control on their PlayStation 4.
Yes.
The control on the Xbox is completely redesigned, and it feels really good in your hands. It's familiar enough, and they're not trying to break the system. I wish they would have done the
I hate the
speaker.
triggers.
Would have been good. They have, awesome triggers going now. The rumbles in the triggers and the new design overall is it's really, really good, and it's super light, and it's super responsive. I love the fact that the PlayStation 4 also has a rechargeable controller. I can't figure out what Xbox has against the rechargeable controller. It's been 2 generations of the PlayStation. Why can't Xbox do the same thing?
It's
Rechargeable
controllers are the greatest thing ever.
It is like it is. I am envious of the control on PlayStation 4.
I do have to say about the rechargeable controller, it doesn't last as long as the PS3 controller. Like I can have the PS3 controller, I can have it charged, and I can play for like days on.
Well, because
end.
this has more, just like the Xbox One controller has more.
The controller lasts. The charge for the controller lasts about 8 hours,
But also at the same time, you're talking probably like the second generation of the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3's.
Well, no, because this
3
has a
controller.
speaker and everything in it, and there's
But, yeah.
extra rumbles and lights in the Xbox One.
There's an actual light on the
Yeah.
controller itself.
Right.
That's.
But what I'm saying is, this is generation 1 of that controller. By generation 2 or 3,
It'll probably be a little
those
better.
battery issues will be gone.
Well, no,
so,
from what I've heard, the PS3 controller could last forever.
Yeah.
So
That's what
outside
I'm
of the controller, I don't really envy anything else of the PlayStation 4.
This thing is tiny.
Whereas the Xbox One, they really flubbed it when they announced it.
yes,
and the
they
problem is both systems were going to be the exact same. But PlayStation was smart second out of the gate saying, oh, no, we fixed everything. We were never going to do that. But the truth of the matter is you can look at the news reports and all the specs. You know they're going to do the same thing. If I get what the Xbox and the Microsoft team want to do, because when you look at it, the PlayStation 4 looks better than the PlayStation 3 graphic-wise, but it's almost the same type of thing. They could have made that controller for the PlayStation 3. It's not really taking gaming to another level. Yes, you can use the camera and you can use the apps, but PlayStation's saying we can, but they're not using it. Whereas the Xbox is saying, look, you get a camera with the system, developers know you have it, they're going to use it. The Smart Screen app is just brilliant. It works. It just works with your Xbox. You can do it offline. You can do it online. You can see what's going on. And when you're playing online, you can, like for Dead Rising, there's a whole Zombie Defense Corps app that launches.
Oh, yeah.
And you get your map. You can call in orbital strikes. You can tell what you need to do. You can set waypoints, all sorts of things. And it interacts the way kind of like the Call of Duty app does. But I haven't really used the Call of Duty app very much. But I see what Xbox wants to do with the future of gaming. It's not the same old, same old. It's one thing to say, oh, well, we can do that over here. Why aren't they doing it then? That's the one question I have, because I think when a developer looks at PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, they can put more features in the Xbox One because they know, A, they have the Kinect, and B, the Smart Glass app could go on anything and everything. And it's really well designed, and it's very intuitive. Whereas they look at PlayStation, well, maybe have the camera not, so they're going to cut out some of those. They're really just bonus features, but they actually enhance the gameplay. I'm totally not going to lie. It really does enhance the gameplay, and that's what made me so excited was the simple fact that it's a new way to game, and it's not the same old, and the things that can come of it. When they start saying, hey, you know what, you need a PlayStation Eye with the PlayStation 4, they will be the exact same. I'm not going to lie. But until that day comes when they want to make it the optional accessory because everybody freaks out, that's just the way it looks at. Plus, you know, it has its problems. They both had the problems and bumps at the beginning, like the Xbox Live Marketplace for the one isn't really all there, and they're going to be doing the games of the gold and everything. And, you know, they approach things, but it's a really clean interface. The Kinect is leaps and bounds better than the original one. It's a lot of fun. I haven't used the cable box functionality yet, but you know, it's there, it's working. They just recently update because some people were having issues with it. The whole thing, it's an entire next gen package. It's an actual next gen system. It's not like going from the Wii to the Wii U, which is the same thing with a tablet. And I feel sometimes PlayStation kind of dropped the ball on this aspect where they basically put PlayStation 4, which is their version of the Wii U, with a really kick-ass controller. I'm not going to lie. The idea behind that controller is just awesome. But at the same time, it feels there isn't really a need for it at this moment. If they would have, you know, maybe...
Well, they do sort of have a smart glass feature.
They
The
do, but
smart glass feature, the
people
PSN
aren't
app
using it.
Right. Well, it's because it's the Vita. It's their Vita, actually.
You can also use it on a tablet. There's
You
a
can also
PlayStation
use it on
app
a tablet. I think the reasoning is because Sony wanted to first make sure that what they had as a system here worked before they went and started the smart glass, which to me is really smart.
See, they had smart glass on Xbox for a while now, so
Right,
they
yeah.
already know it's working.
This thing they didn't have it for this. This is the first time we actually have the smart glass feature for it.
So it's playing catch up yet again, and you wonder why. I think at the end of the day,
People are
gonna
saying
end up,
the PlayStation Eye camera is a lot better than Kinect. It picks things up a lot better.
well, yeah, because it registers in 3D space. So we know that the next step for the Kinect is going to be something similar to that.
Yeah, the camera's also a lot smaller
The thing
too.
is, for every time someone you said they're playing catch up, you're both right. I mean, one will do something, but one will do something that's slightly different. Well, the other they go, okay, we're going to catch up to this, but then we're going to do this. We're going to do something slightly each week. They're kind of all pinging back off forth of each other because they're kind of treating the consumer as a guinea pig, and they want to see what the consumer wants and likes. And
I
smart glass
totally agree with that.
And the thing is, the reason they could do the smart glass so easy was because they already had the smartphones. The Microsoft.
No, they already had the smart glass program for the Xbox 360. It was nowhere near as robust as the one on Xbox One, but that was their template.
But they also had a team that was not attached to them, working on something similar to it. Then they just went and grabbed it from their huge, massive empire that is Microsoft. Microsoft has
Sony's a pretty big empire too. I hate to tell you.
yeah, but Sony's
Yeah, they don't really make operating systems. They make electronics.
Yeah, they don't. What would a Sony operating system be like? I wonder.
It'd probably be like the X-Cross Media Bar, which I've actually really enjoyed a media bar on
But
here.
Sony's big thing is media and anything that can produce that media. Microsoft is about computers and whole raw technology, really. So I could see where, Sony will play catch up, but Sony also has the ability to go, you know what, the consumer would like this a little bit more versus a developer's angle of it. So
And the other thing with the cameras, I think people are actually going to start buying the camera because
It's a great thing.
You can start because look what they're doing on Twitch. Despite the stupid hiccups that the people they're doing the sex show did or anything,
Yeah.
but people are doing talk shows using Twitch using the PlayStation camera.
And I think that's one of the greatest things of both systems is the ability to record the clips. And PlayStation can Twitch right out of the box. Xbox will do it probably
My biggest
shortly
surprise
next
with the
year.
PlayStation was the fact that it does Twitch and Ustream. I
It
didn't
does
know
both of those?
Yes, it has both.
right off the backs.
See, I prefer Twitch over Ustream.
You want to know what's funny? 1 week after Sony came out, there's now 35 years of content already on Twitch and
So
stuff.
there's like 100,000 extra people doing Twitch and Ustream now. Like they've had a massive boost.
I think that's the greatest thing for next gen gaming too is to be able to stream that. Like we're going to start doing that. You're going to start doing that on our Twitch channel.
yeah.
And we're going to start doing it for the PC gaming stuff. But yeah, I mean, and again, this is something that started really this year was the whole, like, Twitch and YouTube has made stars out of people who's been doing a lot of really cool things. And the fact that the PS4 goes, you know what? If we're going to stop giving these companies, these people a hard time making this content, why don't we just make it really easy? Microsoft's doing the same thing. Sony really just right out of the box did it.
I guess my question is what's that going to do in the long run if you store it? Because you already saw YouTube
They're not
changing their
storing right
copyright
now.
things. But yeah, when you stream something, it stores on those channels for
It's
a
not
while.
they're not the Twitch is not archived right now.
Twitch isn't archived? No, because Twitch is just in TV and it always archives.
Right. They're having archive issues on the PS4. That's the only thing. Right now it's switching thing. Or is it Ustream is having the archive issues?
I'm
thought
not
it was
sure. I haven't actually
Ustream.
used them. I think it's Ustream.
What will happen is a burnout. you'll have the beauty pies. You'll have guys like us who are serious about
Wait. He said beauty pies. What are beauty pies?
PewDiePie or whatever.
PewDiePie.
What is that?
He's some YouTuber.
We'll explain later.
I thought he said pewdie pies. I was like, what the hell
That's
is
kind
a
of how they
pewdie
pronounce
pie?
it.
Yeah. You'll have the serious guys. You'll have the guys who are serious about doing this, and then you'll have the people like, oh, I got all the bucks. I could Twitch and stream, and then a week later they're done.
Look at this cool
Yeah.
stunt I can do about. Oh, speaking of Battlefield 4, I saw a really cool stunt earlier today.
Yes, we'll get on to. We'll talk about that on our normal show.
Well, we've only
All
got
right.
about 10 minutes left, so
We actually have about 20 minutes left. We
no,
started
we
at
don't.
30.
We have to be out of here by 3:30
Oh,
So we
got
need to
about
wrap
20
up.
minutes.
and clean up.
Yeah, we got 20 minutes.
Don't push it.
I push it.
Don't push it.
We push it.
I always
We
push,
push it hard.
I'll go in there and turn it off right now.
it. Ooh.
Ooh, I'm shaking my shoes.
I'll just do the rest of the audio. What are you talking about? You can't throw me like
We're just
that.
going to turn off the camera now.
So real fast, then, since we don't have a lot of time left, what is your hopes for the coming year? I mean, we've got a lot of games coming out. What is
Titanfall.
Titanfall.
I already pre-ordered the one with the 20-inch statue. And Destiny. Those are the two games I'm looking forward to the most.
Destiny's already coming out September of next year.
Yeah.
Supposedly. Bungie is known for getting them on time, but I'm really worried because the beta is coming out so late that they're doing the beta after July, sometime in August, that it may get delayed. That's my only concern.
You know, my question with Destiny is it going to be 3 separate Destiny servers for it? One for the Xbox, one for...
So that's the question I have, because I'm probably going to end up playing on the Xbox. I thought I would play on the PlayStation, but
I'm going to get it on the PC. obviously.
we already have plans on the Xbox with everybody we know. I think their smartest idea would be able to do cross-platform play.
I have a feeling that for the PS4 and PC ones, you'll probably do crossplay, but I don't think Microsoft's going to be doing that.
It's either going to be PC is going to be streamed through Xbox, or I don't think all three of them will connect. Just because I don't think these two will like working with each other at all.
Well, Microsoft doesn't like working with computers, anyways.
Which is weird.
They do. They do. They don't like working with Steam.
I guess we're gonna know the way that they handle the Elder Scrolls, because that's gonna be on everything, and I think they have cross-platform play with that.
Yes,
Because you're gonna log into a server.
Oh god, it's
basically.
gonna be like Guild Wars of.
I can't. That's the other one. Like, I'm debating whether or not I really want to play Elder Scrolls Online, because I don't want to pay for another. The only game I pay for is Old Republic. I don't want to pay for another subscription for another MMO game that I'm not going to play that often, you know? Yeah. But it's the Elder Scrolls. I mean, come on.
I already did the beta for it.
What did you think? Because I totally skipped out on it.
I'll tell you after the camera. I'll turn it.
Oh, that's right, because you can't talk about it on
yes.
camera.
I'll tell you a little later. What is your hopes, and what are you looking forward to next year?
I'm really looking forward to see what they do with everything. And I'm really looking forward, like, I want to see, I'm hoping that the camera does become more widespread.
Yes.
Because it does look like an amazing thing.
Yes.
And I'm probably going to be getting one eventually. Probably in January.
Cool.
And what I'm looking forward to right now is Order 1886 Drive Club.
You don't even know how to drive.
Yet.
Have you seen the Drive Club yet? The new one?
Yeah.
The fact that a truck could be a tank basically is hilarious. It's an MMO as a car game.
And Infamous Second Son. Which I'm incredibly excited for. And if you ever get a PS3,
so not just games, but anything else like industry-wide you're looking forward to?
I'm kind of interested to see how the Steam box does.
Godzilla.
Oh.
No, not movie-wise. This is not your show.
I don't care. I'm going to bring it up. That trailer was awesome.
That trailer was awesome. Go look at the Godzilla trailer. All of you.
Yes. But I'm interested to see how the Steam box does. I want to see how much it's actually
Oh, shush you.
Because if they make it affordable, then it's going to do really well. But if they make it like $1,000 for a high-end game PC,
It's going to be a high-end game PC.
$1,000 for a high-end game PC is still cheap.
But the problem is you already have one
Yeah,
sitting
but see,
there that people have already connected to the TV.
What they need to do with the Steam box is they need to do what consoles are doing. They need to bring it to the average person. They need to be able to make it affordable so that people start buying it, so it will be out there. So they'll probably need to undercut the prices, and Steam can probably take it.
So it will be interesting. So what I'm looking forward to, yes, is the Steam box in January. So roughly around the time this should be airing, we will be have CES, which will have the thing about the Steam box. I'm also looking forward to next year's the year of Telltale for me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right.
We have Walking Dead Season 2, which starts in December, but the rest of it will go through.
Yeah, they have the Borderlands game. They have a Game of Thrones
Tales of
game.
Borderland, the Tales of Borderland, the Game of Thrones, finishing off The Wolf Among Us,
Which is brilliant. I love that game.
I love Wolf Among Us. and of course we have The Walking Dead season 2, and then I'm going to say an unannounced title because knowing them, they're going to announce something.
My Little Pony, the adventure game.
I would play that, not as out of any other reason, but it's a Telltale
All right.
game made by
The fact that he's going to play My Little Pony adventure game.
only if it's done by Telltale, because it would have like Cutie Pie or whoever will
She's gonna be a serial killer.
this. Applejack will remember this.
You get the da-da-da face. Mars will
I'm
be
just
calling you, hey, did you play that game yet?
I mean, like, the only reason I'm playing this is because it's Telltale.
Don't lie, you're a brony.
Oh no,
in
God,
your-
no!
in your
I'm
heart.
I'm all about the One Piece, baby.
Yeah, you and your One Piece.
I am.
I'm all about Initial D.
Atomic Robo.
Atomic Robo. So also next year is gonna have a lot of really good indie titles. Like I said, Dead. The No Man's Space. We've got
No Man's Sky or No Man's Star. Something that game looks really fun. I really want to play
right.
it.
And this is, like I said, the fact that Sony made a big deal that they're making really easy access for their system on the PS4. So Microsoft said, "Hey, we miscommunicated. We are opening ourselves up to the indie development team." The fact that the Steam box is already releasing dev kits out to anyone who wants them for nothing.
Can we get one?
Yeah,
Are we going to develop a game? What
Yeah, we
kind
can try
of
to
game would we
develop a game.
develop?
we could develop a point and click adventure game.
Oh no, it'd have to be entirely like the original Atari with just the blocks. This is you.
We
Um,
could.
So
We have no idea how to do it, but we could.
Oh, we could get some interesting developers. We're in Austin. There's enough developers out here. We
Yeah,
want to
have
make
do
a
it in-house.
game.
we made a game about us and like our misadventures.
Are the misadventures of Pyro continually going off screen? I mean,
Get back here, you.
this is why
No.
he's not allowed on live TV.
This is why he's not allowed. Hold on, get back here. Come on, come on.
You got to wrangle them all
Get
up back
over
up
here.
in here.
So that was, so that's what we're looking forward to. Any regrets for this year? Anything you guys, it's like, man, if this would have happened, or
I regret nothing.
you regret nothing. Any regrets? Anything you missed for the gaming year?
The fact that Fallout 4 site was a hoax.
Fella, yes. That
Well,
was,
I had a feeling it would be because we
Yeah,
were
but
already
No,
had
they
rumors.
dug up the documents. It's going to take place in Boston.
Yeah,
Okay,
we've already
that's
known
afterwards. Basically, this. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've known it was going
after
to take place in it's the Commonwealth in the universe because the Commonwealth is based in Boston. But
New York,
that's been out for a while now. They actually had like a year, like I think earlier in the year, they actually had a rumor came out that Bethesda sent scouts to go scout around Boston. I wonder why. And people put two and two together. Oh, the Commonwealth is in Boston.
The other thing recently was the job listing came out for voice
Yeah.
actors.
it
I
could
saw
have
that.
been, Elder Scrolls: The New Colonies.
No.
No. Although, yeah, that would be an interesting combination. All of a sudden, the Brotherhood shows up and Skyrim. We have a lot of MMOs
The
coming out
greatest
this year. Crossover ever.
crossover ever. Elder Scrolls.
You
I
were
think
saying-
Fallout would win that though.
You saying Elder Scrolls Online was your MMO you're looking forward to? The actually MMO I'm looking forward to this year is WildStar, made by Cryptic Studios. They're actually part of NCSoft. They're actually part of their headquarters here in Austin. If you know anime and some other stuff, it's Firefly meets Outlaw Star, the MMO.
See, I wasn't too big on Outlaw Star.
But it's got that whole feel. One of the classes is called casters, and they use guns to cast spells.
Come against my Elder Scroll summoner, and you're going to be dead.
Come against my Brotherhood of Steel Initiate, and you're gonna be dead.
Yeah, I'm telling you. And then the two of us, I'll be summoning Daedric Princes, and you'll be trying to shoot them, and I'll just keep summoning them. They'll get you eventually.
You'll run out of mana eventually.
And
That's
I
okay.
will
I know
run
how
it.
to run, remember? I can run in that game.
So
I have VATS.
so
We're going epic slow motion. Headshot.
So,
Headshot.
any last thoughts?
Kittens on fire.
No, good thoughts. Any good thoughts?
That is a good thought.
Kittens on fire that ran into water and then fell on top of people that wanted cats.
That mermaids ate.
So, any thoughts about gaming?
Game on. I don't know.
Hey, okay.
I have no thoughts.
Any last thoughts about this year in gaming?
If you're really deciding on a next-gen system, just look at the style of the box. That's really all you need to know. Style,
Actually, you know what?
no style.
I'm gonna quote something. The game stuff I go to, the manager summed it up the greatest way you could possibly ever come to. If you want green, go with Xbox. If you want blue, go with PlayStation.
I mean, no, I'm going. Just look at the box alone. Stylish box, kind of bootleg. You bought at
But-
Big Lots box.
Okay, I will say this. What does yours say? And what does his say?
Xbox One.
Yeah, that's all. His says PS4, and then you flip it over, and it's like, look at all the cool stuff you can get. Yours, you
This
flip
just
over-
needed straight up style done. It
Yeah,
sold
But
itself.
this is informative.
Yeah,
That's there.
It's giving you information about PlayStation Plus. It's giving you information about it.
That you already
showing
know. If you're buying a PlayStation 4, you already know everything on the back of that box. That is a
But
waste of real estate.
The one thing I get is only 3 to 5 games on the back here are playable right now. I mean, you got Watch Dogs. I guess that
which
was-
got delayed.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you get Infamous Second Son, which is going to be exciting as hell.
Yes, and Watch Dogs is another game we get to look forward to next year.
Oh yes, I've got.
So my final thoughts on this year of gaming is, it's nice to see that the industry is starting to really listen to its consumers. We finally started having them realize that certain ideas were very bad.
it's nice to see indie games.
It's nice to see that the indie game crew is now such. Indie developers are showing so big that they have to be featured at E3. Otherwise, you look silly.
You know who we kind of have to thank for that?
What?
Notch.
Actually, I would say Bastion.
Bastion?
Notch.
That too.
Notch made a successful multiplayer game, but Bastion showed you could make a game that was meaningful, had a good story, and could be more than just random. And that
But I
actually
like
was,
random.
well, yes, but when it, as far as storytelling. So my last thoughts is it will be interesting what happens. See what happens next year with all the things coming out, with all the improvements. There's always patches going on for everything, and we'll all have to wait and see. And till then, I was Pocky D,
That was Josh. I'm gonna go slither off the side of the screen now.
and
I was Gavin, and I can't believe I stooped to the level of doing this show.
This is not a load. This is higher than the regular show you're on. What is that show? A fan something?
of course you can.
Really? Really? You're not allowed to be on fan service anymore, my friend.
Oh,
So
fine.
wait,
Then I guess I
what
won't
is-
push the buttons.
So when is fan service? When is fan service on?
Saturdays, 6 p.m. live. We've got Kick Ass coming in 2014. That's all I got to say.
Yeah,
Yes,
you'll
we
see
got
him
lots
on
of good-
screen.
We'll get you get to see all of the fun stuff we're going to be doing. And
Lots of guests, lots of groups, lots of fun.
you
You'll
can also
never see me.
watch the streaming version of fan service if you can't get it on our local channels on fanboytv.com. And don't forget, you can also listen to me normally on Neutral Gamers with Josh or any guest they can pull up that week who I can drug up in the middle of the night.
Which,
So,
yeah.
roofies.
I need you to be roofies, really? Is that how I ended up on your show that time?
Yep.
I
I don't think he liked me when I was on a show, actually. I was quite opinionated.
Actually, I have no problem with opinions.
Oh, I was very opinionated in
Yeah,
that
you're
show.
fine.
Why this Steam box is stupid? You're like, shut up, you.
I was not. Shut up, man. But again, thank you all. See you soon, and talk to you guys later.
We don't really see them.
Well, I will see them.
Well, we might see them because we've got X-ray vision, so
Yeah.
they're staring at us wearing no clothes.
Or
know
we
they're wearing
might
no
see them when we
clothes.
randomly run into them at conventions.
Oh, I saw you watching my show on the internet. What
And
were
it's-
you wearing? Nothing. Oh, that's right. Wear
Dude,
clothes.
I got a job at the NSA. How do you think?
Really? Betrayer.
Now Pocky's all left alone.
I am. So.